Everyone that thought they had me, that you got me, that it's proven that it's fake. They never used turkesterone, and so this is just fake news. Coach Greg, in today's video, I'm a scammer. And it's been proven. They've got me by the balls. Turkesterone is confirmed a scam. New study. Greg Doucette's turkesterone proven scam in first human study. And so, of course, people see the title, the clickbait titles, and think, wow, Greg is a snake oil salesman. He lied to us. But here's the thing. We got in touch with the people who did the study and said, hey, where'd you get the turkesterone? Did you use our Turk builder? And of course the answer is no. We got the turkesterone from China. It's Ajuga Turkesterina, 500 milligrams, standardized 10-1. Nowhere in that does it say they use turkesterone. And so they did a study, a great study. Had they used my Turk builder, the results would have been completely different. But to say that turkesterone is a scam when they didn't use turkesterone in the study, that's a little bit of a stretch. Imagine this. You want to do a study to prove that Anavar works. And so you go to your bro at the gym and say, sell me some 50 milligram Anavar tablets. And you take 5 of them a day, and at the end of the month, you say, hey, I didn't notice any results. And so you then make a video and say, Anavar, it's a scam, it doesn't work. And so then you call up the researcher and say, hey, I want to know about the Anavar that you used. And they say, oh, I bought it from bro at the gym. And they promised that it was Anavar. That is equivalent to this study. There is no way that they actually used turkesterone. And so imagine this. Somebody used Derek from More Plates, More Dates, Gorilla Mode turkesterone, and they did the study and they found that it didn't help. Then someone makes a video and says, Coach Greg's turkesterone proven that it doesn't work. Did they prove anything? Well, maybe. They may have proved that Derek's didn't work, but they certainly didn't prove that turkesterone from Uzbekistan didn't work. And so we got in touch with the people that did the study. We got in touch with Mark Lobliner, as well as John Bravo, explained to them that it's not real Turk. And so Mark says he's redoing the video. I made a comment. I said, and the study was done using fake Turk. Looking forward to the next video. His response, yes, sir, hits 1 p.m. Eastern time today. And so that likely be out before even this video. And John Bravo wrote him, said, hey, did you know that it was fake turkesterone? And so he says, I didn't know. I just assumed that it was a clinical trial. Nothing clinical about it. There were no doctors. This was not any medical setting. This is just a pilot trial. Your confirmation bias has been verified. I mean, after all, I could do 10 perfect things in a row, but you think I'm a bad guy, and so you're waiting for number 11 while I do something wrong. And so you see a title, and you think it actually doesn't work. You were waiting for that one thing to prove that you were right. Why do they even bother to run a study on such a low dose? It's absurd when we're debating its effectiveness at 4 times that dose. And so here's the thing. If they actually used 500 milligrams of turkesterone, that would be overdosing. It would be, in fact, in my personal belief, dangerous to use that much. But when you're talking about ecdysteroids, different ecdysteroids are not as potent as turkesterone. 500 milligrams may not, in fact, be enough. That is a very low dose, only 1 capsule. And considering it came from China with a 10-1 extract, and that they don't have further lab work, this study, it's utterly useless. And so just so you get an idea of just how expensive it is to have pure turkesterone, to have 10 milligrams of pure turkesterone, you're not going to believe this, cost $1,120. To make it pure, 100% pure, with no extract, there's going to be no study ever that's going to use 100% pure turkesterone. And so you all probably assumed, hey, this is a medical study. They're using the best of the best, the quality turkesterone. They couldn't afford it. And so what they use is just good old Chinese fake turkesterone. I always knew it was a scam. Never dipped into it once. A waste of $80 that could be used to buy good protein. And so if you always knew it was a scam and you see a video with a clickbait title saying it's a scam, you now have confirmation bias. The guy was hoping it was a scam because he always thought it was a scam, and so now he knows it's a scam. And so when this video comes out proving that it wasn't a scam, that the actual turkesterone wasn't turkesterone used in a study, do you think this guy is going to buy it? Or do you think he's going to say, oh, Coach Greg, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Somebody else will do a study proving him wrong. Only real TRT will raise your T levels to get your levels in a healthy range. Had my blood work done twice in the last 2 weeks. The first one, 4 days after my last shot. Remember, I do my shots every 4 days. 565 nanograms per deciliter. Then the next one, wanted to see, when it's at its peak, at its highest, what will it be? Did my blood work 2 days after my last injection. Was 750 nanograms per deciliter. And so at the lowest, my testosterone levels are 565. At the highest, 750. And so that is my range. I'm on the same dose every single week. And so when people write in the comment section, it's not the Turk, it's the testosterone, the HRT. I've been doing HRT for many years. And so how is it possible that while on the same dose, for some reason, I can feel the difference when using turkesterone? No hate on this video or this particular study, but minimum effective dose is 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams from the study Derek posted about Turk, with max efficacious dose being 3,000. I agree that 500 milligrams would probably not yield any results, but 2,000 plus genuinely increases strength output almost immediately. Now remember, this is with fake Turk. This is with ecdy steroids. I'm not saying that ecdy steroids don't work, that only turkesterone works, but the other ecdy steroids are not as potent, not as strong as turkesterone. And so when you're only taking 500 milligrams of Chinese turkesterone, which is actually ecdy steroids and not Turk, you need to take a lot more. 500, as was stated in this comment, it's not nearly enough. And so if the study were to be redone with perhaps 2,000 milligrams, they might see that ecdy steroids do in fact work. Respect for your honesty and, as always, being real. Keep it up, Mark. And so here's what you may or may not know. Mark got this information from Jose. Jose is the person who did the study. Jose is also the person that we at HCLT got in contact with. Jose has admitted that he didn't know. He didn't know that you needed to use a mass spectrometer to determine that it's actually turkesterone. And so he thought he was using the right products, but in the reality is that he wasn't. And so Mark Blowbliner is going to redo a video explaining what went wrong. I use Greg's Turk and definitely feel a difference in strength and a sort of high. Notice Greg's Turk, not Derek's, not Chris Bumstead, not Mark Lowbliner's, but Greg's. So I use as a supplement that aids in muscle development while going harder, but definitely not a compound that will magically get you more muscle. Buying turkesterone when you can buy legit 100 packs of 10 milligram Anavar for the same price is wild. Well, what if you buy fake Anavar? Would that not be wild? And so if you buy other people's turkesterone that you don't know is actually turkesterone, then that seems crazy to me. Especially when you know that we at HDLT Supplements literally have a money-back guarantee. And so what does that mean? It means that those of you who don't believe me, that think it's snake oil, you can literally buy the turkesterone, use it, and if it didn't work, you get your money back. But oh, I'm a snake oil salesman. Imagine having that much confidence that your product works, that you're willing to give a money-back guarantee. And so when I say it's like creatine on steroids, it's because it's creatine plus. It's way stronger than creatine. And so I would love to see a study. Give 1,000 people creatine versus 1,000 people getting Turk Builder and see who has better results. I guarantee Turk Builder way better results. And so in case you're wondering, what is actually the real difference between Coach Greg's Turk Builder and other sources of supposed turkesterone? Well, we've tested them. And so we have graphs, we have data to show exactly what it contains. Remember, if you use a mass spectrometer, you can find out exactly what is contained in that product. And so look at the two graphs. This is Chinese turkesterone, while this is ours. Does it look the same thing to you? And so you can write all you like, oh, you should buy steroids. Steroids are better. When you buy a product, if you're not getting what you're paying for, of course you're going to get different results. And so to the same extent, when you buy turkesterone, it doesn't mean there's turkesterone in it. Unless, of course, you bought mine. We have third-party testing and a money-back guarantee.
So we can only take anecdote well, we can only take it for so much. We need real human data, human clinical trials.
And so here's the thing. We actually do have human clinical trials. They're just not in North America. And so these trials we in fact had translated, but no one wants to listen to us. And so what do? You're looking at the first ever human clinical trial using turkesterone, only it's not the first trial and they didn't even use turkesterone. But Coach Greg's a snake oil salesman.
I love Greg. We just have a different opinion on supplements. And I encourage you to listen to everything they have to say about the supplement, all the data they cite.
And so it's not Mark Lohblinder's fault. He gets a study from somebody saying they did a study on turkesterone, but turns out it wasn't turkesterone. And so everyone that thought they had me, that you got me, that it's proven that it's fake. They never used turkesterone, and so this is just fake news.
So I am so excited that this study came out because I would love to say that everything I said about turkesterone was because it was the wrong source. I am not too big to say that I was incorrect based on the data in front of me. And that's the beauty of science.
For the first time ever, University of Florida did a study on turkesterone in human beings.
Problem is, it wasn't turkesterone. And so all the results, everything they got from it, it's null and void. I mean, if we were doing the study to see if Anavar worked better than creatine, but rather than giving people Anavar, we gave them a placebo, we gave them a sugar pill, could you then conclude that Anavar is ineffective? That even if you got Anavar from a pharmacy, that it wouldn't work? Of course not. Same thing happened right here. And so, as you know, John likes to clickbait a video. Saying Greg Doucette's turkesterone proven a scam, is that not a lie? They didn't use my turkesterone. They didn't even use any turkesterone, yet my name is in the title. Does it say Derek's turkesterone proven a scam? Well, it should. The Chinese turkesterone doesn't have turkesterone. Mine is from Uzbekistan. Did they test Uzbekistan turkesterone? They did not. I've heard Greg say many times to test his product. Glad someone called his bluff. They didn't, and it wasn't a bluff. I want someone to test my turkesterone. They didn't. And so when somebody uses my name in a title just to lie, to get clicks, views, and attention, when they know they didn't use my turkesterone, what can you all think about that? You guys realize John Bravo did this on purpose because he knew it would get the clicks. If he had used Derek's name in the title, not as many people would watch the video. And why is that? Because it's cool to shit on Coach Greg. Because we all know Greg is a snake oil salesman. Only I'm not. And I've tested other people's turkesterone, and so I know who's selling snake oil and who isn't.
So again, turkesterone. Here is my advice. If you're gonna buy it from someone who's literally looking into doing something great for the industry and that is putting more research and development, more scientific data, putting the product up to the test. That's Greg Doucette, right? I don't carry Greg's products. Greg, I'd love to carry your products, by the way. If you'd let us order them, that'd be great. Dude, Greg's doing the right thing.
And so why do you think I say money back guarantee? I know mine is real. I ask you, I encourage you, ask other people if theirs is real. Greg is a big liar, nothing new. And so do you see why I make these videos? I'm called a liar when there's no proof whatsoever saying that I'm a liar. I don't care what happens to Greg soon as long as his channel is gone. Sure, little man, come on, class action lawsuit. And so bring it. Class action lawsuit, do it. Based on the fact that somebody tested Chinese turkesterone that doesn't have turkesterone in it? That you believe that mine is fake? That I'm somehow a liar? Really? Greg needs to be named in a class action lawsuit. Throw Derek in there as well, but Greg is by far the worst out there. I can't wait in that class action lawsuit for people to test my turkesterone and to text Derek's. Do I look worried to you? Especially with that money back guarantee. And so, should you be worried? I unsubbed to Greg's bodybuilding TMZ channel a few years ago, and I'm surprised people think Greg is credible. And so here's the thing. People look at the clickbait titles, they look at Johnny Bravo's titles, and they assume Coach Greg is an asshole. He can't have any morals whatsoever. But what happens is all 1% of my haters, remember, out of 2 million followers, 1% is 20,000. All of those haters, they subscribe to John Bravo's channel because he does negative videos about Coach Greg. And so it looks, as you're reading in the comment section, that everyone hates me. But yet in reality, in real life, when I talk to people, rare, if ever, only 4 people can I count that I've ever met that didn't like me. And that's out of thousands of people that anyone ever says anything negative about me. But all of you gather in one place and you're quick to type in the video, I don't watch Coach Greg anymore, despite the fact you watch all of my videos and subscribe harder than last time. Greg will sell whatever he can buy for the cheapest and sell for the most profit. The same with all these social media people. It's all about the dollars, not the product or quality of results. Well, that's funny because I did in fact look up Turkesterone and I've discovered I could buy it for $6.55 a bottle. Only a bit over $6. They said it's 90% pure Turkesterone. I said, no, it isn't. Not possible. And so am I selling that? Nope. Are other companies? Yes. And so why would I buy my Turkesterone from Uzbekistan when I can buy it infinitely cheaper from China? And so why do you think that is? Put your thinking cap on for a little bit. Because I have integrity. Ask the other companies, why are they buying it from China? Because they want to make money. And so compare me to other people selling Turkesterone and really ask yourself, is it true what I think about Coach Greg? Or is it not possible that he's selling actual Turkesterone backed up by studies? And if I don't believe him, I could just buy and get my money back. It is fake. All 334 people I know that used it. Mark Lobliner is a great guy that also says it's fake. And so now that Mark Lobliner says the product that they tested was fake because his friend didn't know what he was doing when he was testing that product, are you going to change your opinion? No, you're not. Confirmation bias. You're waiting for me to do something wrong. If you don't like me by now, you're not buying my product anyway. So do you really think I care that John Bravo makes a video saying that I have fake Turkesterone? Not a single one of you following John Bravo are going to buy my Turkesterone. Why? Because you don't believe me. And so it makes no difference. But the people who don't watch John Bravo, the other 99% of people, most people aren't watching John Bravo. Most people are not watching Mark Lobliner. Those are the people that are going to buy Turkesterone. Now, it hurts me when I hear that people are buying Turkesterone from other companies and saying it doesn't work. The reason it's not working is because it's not real Turkesterone. Greg used to call out the BS, then he joined it with Turkesterone. That's when I'd sub to him. Every day I have the hate comments saying I'm selling snake oil, but I know that I have integrity. You may not believe me, but I do, and that's all that matters. But why are you making this video? Why are you talking about it? Are we living rent-free in your head? I still have a company. I still want to make money. I still believe in my product and I know that it works. And so I don't sleep bad at night because I know that what I'm doing is right. Now, the guy who did the research, it wasn't a bad study. Jose did his best. He is not averse to all the technology, the information associated with Turkesterone. He thought he would do a study. He wanted to do us a favor. But the problem is he got fake Turk unknowingly. He didn't know. You didn't know. Mark Lobliner, John Bravo, the rest of the world, they don't know what's real and what is fake. And so he did his best, but unfortunately, he used fake Turkesterone. And so think of it. He calls up a manufacturer and says, I want to do a study on Turkesterone. Can you send me some? Sure. They send him the Turkesterone. They're using FDA-accredited testing. The FDA-accredited testing isn't good enough. You all know the story from 2 years ago. The FDA tests are not sensitive enough to detect actual Turkesterone. And so he uses what he thinks is Turkesterone, but unfortunately, it's not. Is this making sense? Do you get it now? And so if you've watched this entire video and you think that the Turkesterone that they used in the study was actually Turkesterone, well, you're a moron. And so you need to stop watching videos altogether. Don't even bother. You're too stupid. It's not your fault. Blame it on your parents. And so I'm ending the video by telling you, reminding you that we've been selling Turkesterone called Turk Builder on my site for months. It's oftentimes out of stock, but you do in fact get a money-back guarantee if you don't like it. Go and read it. It's on the site. Now, we also in fact sell Builder. Builder does not have turkesterone in it, but it does have various steroids. You need to use them at greater doses to notice very significant effects. Be careful if you're using Turk Builder. When I first used it, it caused insomnia. I was only needing 3 to 5 hours of night of sleep. It can in fact increase anxiety, aggression in the gym, and so please be careful. And teenagers, don't buy this. You have plenty of Nuvi gains left to get. This is for people who are much older. Interested in Turk Builder, Builder, and of course GO2 Max, use code Greg for 15% off. You thought you got me, but of course you didn't. It's not going to happen. My Turk Builder is legit. It's real. Would I really put my reputation on the line to this extent if I were selling fake turkesterone? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you in fact liked it. Watch those 2 bloops for cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Also the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Get to the website, code Greg 15% off. If you want the free diet and training program, it's close to 50 pages. Get to the website, join the 300,000 plus newsletter subscribers. And until next time, I am out.